Hi, Tad Sace back from Sacred Performance, again joined by Caitlin. Today we're going to be talking about a classic ab exercise commonly called flutter kicks. This is an exercise that I tend to dislike, not because it's inherently a bad exercise, but more because a lot of people are simply bad at it. We'll have Caitlin demonstrate so we can see what we're about to talk about. The athlete simply lies on their back and they go through some flutter kicks. This is an exercise that clearly you can see a lot of carryover and transition into the pool. We run into problems when we do this for an extended period of time, and the ab wall will actually fatigue and the lower back will come up off the ground. Go ahead and relax, Caitlin. So it's important that we understand what this exercise represents, and really it's an anti-extension exercise. It's an anti-lumbar spine extension exercise, meaning the objective is to limit the amount of extension that occurs throughout the exercise. As fatigue sets in, the hip flexors become more and more active, and they're already probably pretty active being a swimmer. And so the hip flexors start to overpower the ab wall for control of the pelvis, and the pelvis will gravitate towards anterior tilting, which drives more extension in the lower back. And once fatigue continues to set in, the athlete will usually feel their lower back cramming into extension and feeling the muscles in the lower back tighten up. If you think about swimmers with really long legs, that presents a long lever, and athletes with overdeveloped or mass in their quadriceps causes a lot of weight in the femur to make that even challenging more so. So ideally, we have adequate core musculature which can win the tug of war battle over the pelvis and maintain a neutral spine. So when we do this exercise, if you're going to do it, you want to do it in small dosages, 10, 15, 20 seconds at a time, and then look to accumulate higher repetitions of that over multiple sets instead of doing minutes of this exercise on end. As I will say, few athletes can do this for long periods of time while minimizing that extension in the lower back. So to regress things a little bit, we can do what's called a dead bug. And it's the same objective here. We're trying to control the pelvis and the lower back, minimizing extension and exhibiting a neutral core or spine position. So Caitlin's going to brace her core and think about keeping her trunk still, no pelvic or low back motion, and she'll reach opposite arm, opposite legs. This is going to put an extension demand on that lower back, same way would the flutter kick, but this is a lot more realistic for an exercise for an athlete to be able to execute and execute well. So to recap, the flutter kick is a very challenging exercise and really challenging for most, and a lot of people do it poorly for long periods of time. So if you're going to do it, shorten up the time that you do it, or regress and get really good at doing the dead bug. Thanks for watching.